are we now talking about Shane Undertaker, or is that coming up?
Pretty much. I mean, we'll transition now. I mean, Mike, you had the perfect segue. I mean, you brought up Survivor Series 2014.
Because I got my spoiler I'm about to share with you guys.
Okay, perfect. So, I mean,
I've
Survivor
been
Series...
2+ hours.
Survivor Series 2014, the Authority lost. They're out of power. They come back a month later. So what reason do we have to believe that if Shane wins, that the Authority won't be back a month later? You know what I mean? Like, they pull this kind of... It's wrestling. Like, if someone gets fired, they're back the next day. Like, it happens all the time. So, I'm still excited for the match regardless. We'll go around the horn here. Arden, I'll start with you. You've been waiting 2.5 hours for your big prediction, your big spoiler for this match. So I'll start with you. Who do you got? Shane versus Taker. If Shane wins, he's got control of Raw, and The Undertaker, this will be his last WrestleMania inside Hell in a Cell.
All right. So at the interview, there's WWE PR people there. Also at the interview, also end up meeting a pretty cool audience member who's like a big John Cena fan who I forgot to get his name. I felt that he's a big fan. He plans on going to a couple of events. But either way, he was also speaking to some of the WWE PR guys. We're speaking as we left the show. You know, everybody's amazed that, you know, we talked to Cena, got pictures of Cena and stuff, and he was like, hey, man, and I was talking to some of the WWE PR guys, and it was like, Shane, you know, we're expecting Shane to win this match on Sunday. But we're expecting Shane to win this match via help from, I'm still working on this, via the Aces and Eights.
What the fuck? The Aces and Eights? Hopefully they're talking about Balor Club.
It was like one of those two. It was like we're expecting Shane to get help from as a definitive option.
Wait, one of what two?
It would be so bad.
It's not Aces and Eights. They don't even acknowledge TNA. It can't be Aces and Eights. Wait, you said one of what two? The Aces and Eights, or who else?
Or Balor.
Okay. It's definitely Balor Club.
Yeah, it was like one of those options, but it was like Shane could very well get some help.
The guy's got
money.
money.
Brought it up because it was like, because correct me if I'm or whatever, because wasn't Aces and Eights Bubba Ray and one of the new guys TNA just got? WWE.
Doc Gallows, yeah. Doc Gallows.
Carl Anderson,
yeah.
And then also they said something about, wasn't a recent New Japan Pro Wrestling guy a part of that group or no?
Not Shinsuke.
Nakamura wasn't.
No, Nakamura wasn't.
But yeah, I was just told from him and some others, it was just like, you know, Shane, we're expecting Shane to win, and it's definitely going to come from help via a group. So
the thing is,
take it for what you want. I actually want, but
it's funny you mentioned.
That's what I was told.
It's funny you mentioned that Arden, because I didn't think anything of this last night, but I live like a mile away from. I live in Stamford. I live like a mile away from WWE headquarters, and the apartment complex I live in. There's a few people who work over there. I don't know what they do or whatever. But last night, I felt like I was back at Endicott in Brindle Hall, for Christ's sake. We had a fire alarm. And literally, there's like 200 people outside of my apartment complex just hanging out outside in the cold because of a fire alarm. But we're standing outside, and I'm talking to some kid that I play basketball with. And I was like, hey, you playing basketball on Thursday? He's like, I'm not sure yet. My boy... he works for WWE, and he's a kid that we usually play basketball with. He's like, he's not going to be there Thursday, so we won't have enough numbers. And we start talking about Sunday, and he's like, yeah, my boy said that there's a huge surprise. He didn't tell me anything, but he's like, there's a huge surprise in one of the matches. It's going to like blow the internet up. I was like, whoa, like what? And he's like, I don't know what the specifics are, but something's going to happen Sunday that's going to like make people go nuts.
It's got to be Balor Club. Got to be Balor Club.
Like I said, it makes sense, too, because even if Shane had interference and then he beats Undertaker, all he has to do the next night and say, okay, Undertaker, you're not retiring.
Yeah, no.
He would own the company because that's what the state is. So if Undertaker loses, Shane can just say the next night, you know, you're not retired now.
Yeah.
You can still wrestle WrestleMania because I won. So I
feel like we're not talking takeover here, but
no.
we're saving that for Thursday for WWC Radio. But I think Balor wins via interference from Anderson and Gallows. So Balor Club debuts on Friday, and then they debut at WrestleMania on Sunday. We get a little Balor, a little demon dead man face off inside Hell in the Cell. I don't think it's going to build to a match. It would be fucking amazing, but it's not. I don't think. I'll say this right now. I think Undertaker's winning. Despite everything that we just said, I think Taker's winning because I feel like the match was going to be Cena-Taker. And I think Cena was going to win or Taker was going to win. I don't really know. But I feel like they just substituted Shane because Cena's not there. And they could very well have Shane win. I want Shane to win. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to go against the grain and say Taker. It's not a predictable match. But
that's not against the grain. I feel like that's with the grain. I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, I feel like people are talking themselves into Shane winning, but I've had a problem with this match ever since they first built it. And, like, when Shane showed up, everyone was pumped. And, like, I was pumped, too. I was like, oh, shit, like, Shane McMahon's back. This is awesome. But then when you think about the match, the booking, like, nothing about this match makes any sense whatsoever.
Nope.
Like, it's so absurd. I don't know who to root for. Like, you're not going to boo The Undertaker. I don't even know why Undertaker's fighting for Vince McMahon. It's like, it's just so ridiculous. And then you're not going to have the only two people to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. You're not going to have Brock Lesnar, legitimate badass, UFC champion, like, fucking one of the biggest stars ever in WWE history. And then Shane McMahon also. If Shane beats Undertaker, it kind of diminishes, like, Brock's star power as well.
A little bit, yeah. It's a joke.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It could go either way. I mean, if Shane wins, he puts the 2 in 22-2, and if Taker wins, nothing changes. It's a fucking cluster. This is a match straight out of like that some kid would make in WWE 2K16 in like My Universe mode or something.
Exactly. It makes no sense at all, but like it's awesome. I love it. It's definitely like one of the most anticipated matches in the entire night, but it makes absolutely zero sense.
So many stipulations, so little logic is basically what it is. So after everything that we just said, we'll go around the horn here. Final picks. I got Undertaker. Arden, are you going with Shane?
I'm going Shane O'Mac, same money.
I got Shane O'Mac. Mike Yoder, who do you got?
Undertaker, dead man.
RJ, you gonna tie or?
I gotta go with Shane O'Mac.
Uh-oh.
I can't deal with the authority anymore. Shane O'Mac, baby, bringing a change to WWE.